If you want to have fun in this man's land, let Lincoln and Jackson start shaking hands. Oh, greenback dollar bill. Just a little piece of paper, coated with
KP Video News, y'all. KP's Video News. Yep. So hey, folks, how you doing today? It's the end of suit week, so I figured I'd put my hat on, and I had fun doing that. You know, just having a little fun, doing a little dress-up thing here. But anyway, on with the show. So Texas cases of COVID-19 increasing by thousands since reopening. There have been 45,198 cases confirmed of COVID-19, the illness caused by the virus, according to the Texas Department of State Services, and that's an increase of 1,347 cases from Thursday to Friday. The numbers have not yet been recorded for Saturday. While the cases are still below New York, the state with the most confirmed cases at 345,000, the steady increase shows that the curve has not yet flattened in Texas. The state also experienced the highest and second highest daily death toll just days apart. On Thursday, 58 deaths were recorded in 24 hours, and Friday that number dropped to 56, according to the health department. A total of fatalities of 1,272 cases of people that have passed away. And so hospitalizations rates have, as of last Friday, the death toll was only 31. It was only 31 last Friday, and now this Friday is 1,272 people. Wow, what an increase. Hospitalizations have appeared to flatten, but their data is reported on a 2-week lag. Currently, there are 1,716 people in a Texas hospital, according to the health department. Texas began reopening after its stay-at-home order was lifted on April 30th. Restaurants are open for in-person dining at 25% capacity. Movie theaters and malls are also open at 25% capacity. Retail stores, libraries, and museums are fully open. Come Monday, gyms will reopen too. The two most populous counties, Harris and Dallas, have recorded the most cases. There are 8,817 confirmed cases in Harris County and 6,837 in Dallas County. The state has tested nearly 646,000 people out of a population of 29 million. Cases are most likely higher because of how few people have been tested. And in conjunction with that, we have 8 more sailors aboard a U.S. ship tested positive for a second time. And I brought you this case a little while back, about a month and a half ago, about the USS Theodore Roosevelt. And now this, like, 8 more sailors aboard the U.S. Theodore Roosevelt have tested positive again for the coronavirus, raising it to 13, the number who appear to have become infected a second time while serving aboard the Sideline aircraft carrier. All sailors had previously tested positive for the virus and had gone through at least 2 weeks of isolation before they were allowed to go back to the ship. All had to test negative twice in a row, with the tests separated by at least a day or two. On Saturday, a Navy official confirmed 8 additional sailors had tested positive again. The day earlier, the Navy had said in a statement the 5 had tested positive a second time, and the Navy official was not authorized to speak publicly and requested anonymity. That some crew were testing positive again has puzzled officials and raised questions about reintegrating troops into the military if a second infection were possible. Also, a question was the accuracy of the testing itself. In some cases, infection can be at such a low level that it's not detected by the test, which could mean there were no relapses. Also, people could be cleared through their virus levels were too low for detection. The outbreak aboard the Roosevelt was discovered in March at a port in Guam. Since then, the ship has sent more than 4,000 of its 4,800 crew members ashore for quarantine and isolation. Earlier this month, hundreds of sailors began returning to the ship in coordinated ways to prepare to set sail again. And they need to just dock that ship and just dock it, because you got cases that are reoccurring. And this case, the Rwandan millionaire accused of funding the 1994 genocide in Rwanda was arrested in Paris after spending decades on the run. Felicien Kabuga, a millionaire accused of financing the 1994 Rwanda genocide, was arrested in Paris after 26 years on the run. Kabuga was the most wanted man in Rwanda for decades, and a $5 million U.S. bounty for his arrest. He was accused of funding militias that killed more than 800,000 Tutsis and moderate Hutu allies in the span of a 100-day genocide. The 84-year-old was living under a false name in France when he was caught, according to the French Justice Ministry, but he had evaded authorities in Germany, Belgium, and Kenya. The millionaire accused of funding the 1994 Rwandan genocide was arrested by French authorities, and it said he was accused of financing militias. And according to the United Nations International Residual Mechanism for Criminal Tribunals, Kabuga was indicted in 1997 on several criminal counts, including genocide and all related to the 1994 genocide. Kabuga was the most wanted man in Rwanda for decades. In 2003, the U.S. put a $5 million bounty for his arrest. The 84-year-old was living under a false name, and said now that he's in custody, Kabuga will be brought before the United Nations judges and sit in front of an international court for the charges he was indicted on almost 30 years ago. Kabuga's arrest is important steps toward justice for hundreds of thousands of genocide victims. Survivors can hope to see justice, and suspects cannot expect to escape accountability. And wow, this guy's been on the run for 30 years, and they finally caught him, and and so now he's gonna have to. I mean, if you watch, and this is a real true story, but if you watch the movie called Hotel Rwanda, and that's what they were talking about, the Rwandan genocide, when they just mass murdered, man. Almost 1 million people got killed in less than 100 days, man. They were just killing people, man, and just going crazy. And this happened in Rwanda, Africa. And I'm telling you, man, this is crazy. It was a crazy situation then, and for this person to be on the run all these years, and he's a multi-millionaire, so he had the money to do it, to stay hid. And I guess as soon as the money ran out, people decided to turn him in. That's the way it usually happens. But anyway, hey, we got to keep on top of all these stories. And like I said before, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to bring it to you the way I find it. And if it's newsworthy, I'm bringing it. So whether you enjoy it or whether you don't like it, if you don't like it, just watch something else. If you do like it, I need you to push the like button, the share button, comment on the stories, and also subscribe to KP Video News, because KP Video News, we're getting ready to branch off. We're getting ready to go into a deeper situation and deeper parts of the news here. So I'm gonna need you guys to stay tuned. It's the end of suit week.
If you want to have fun in this man's land, let Lincoln and Jackson start shaking hands. Oh, greenback dollar bill. Peace. Just a little piece of paper coated with chlorophyll.
KP's Video News.